The 90-day bill, what is it and what does it mean for you? So far, since March 2009, any company with fewer than 19 employees has been able to offer a 90-day trial period to all new employees. This trial period means that within 90 days of the start of employment, any new employee can be fired with no way of raising a personal grievance on the grounds of unjustified dismissal, and the employee can be fired without good reason, as the employer does not legally have to give any reason for the dismissal. John Key claims this is a voluntary thing, and so far out of the people I have spoken to, granted only a small number, they've all said if the new employee did not agree to this, they would not employ them. It is apparently designed to give employers a chance to hire someone they normally wouldn't. Although a lot of employers are happy with this, as they can hire people over busy periods, make them think they have a permanent position, or even a chance at a permanent position, just to be fired when the rush is over. How's that fair on the new employee, or even giving the employer a real chance? I've spoken to a lot of different people, especially young people. They do not know what the 90-day bill is or how it could affect them. I didn't know either until November 2009. In November 2009, I left a full-time employment for a full-time position at HRV Wellington. Although the position at HRV was telemarketing and I had no previous call centre experience, the people seemed great to work with and I had a great feel about it. What attracted me to the job was the stable hours, which meant a stable income so I could easily support my then 2-year-old daughter, as my previous job had inconsistent hours and a variable income. When signing the contract, the 90-day bill was on the front page, and being excited about having a new job and not knowing much at all, I just saw it as being a regular trial period and thought nothing of it. My initial feeling was correct, and during the first 3 days of training and the following 7 days of actual work, everyone was helpful and friendly, and it was a great job. Although I was still struggling with meeting the targets, on the 8th day of working, I felt I was finally starting to get the hang of things. Until towards the end of my shift, and the manager gave me my week's notice firing me. It was like a kick in the guts to my confidence and my self-esteem. I had never been fired before, and I asked why I'd been dismissed, and all I was told was, "It is illegal for me to tell you, and if you want to know why, you'll have to apply in writing." I spoke to the Department of Labour about this. I found out it was not illegal for them to tell me unless it was discriminatory circumstances. They did not legally have to provide me with a reason. After talking to the Unite Union organiser for Wellington, I applied in writing the following day. I still have not heard back as to why I lost my job. For my final week, which I did not complete as I ended up in hospital due to the stress, I was taken off the phones and put on solely on jobs like photocopying the phone book and entering the numbers into the computer. If I wanted a data entry job, I would have applied for one. I was also segregated from the rest of the staff. The manager talked down to me, extremely rude and arrogant towards me. He told me I did not have to be there if I didn't want to be. I didn't see any other choice at the time, as I had a rent to pay and a child to feed. He could have paid me out for the week instead, but put it on me to just leave without pay. This law effectively allows employers to pick up and dispose of employees as they please, like burger wrappers. No employee, young or old, experienced or not, should have to go through the added stress of wondering if they're going to be fired at the end of each and every day for the first 3 months of a job because they make a mistake or the employer is having a bad day and needs to take it out on someone. Or like another case I know of, one person was fired a week after asking for their rest breaks, which they were legally entitled to. No reason was provided in that case for dismissal either. The studies that have been done so far show that 22% of employees hired under this law have been fired. Only a very small amount of people were interviewed, and if they had interviewed more people, the number would have been higher than 22%. HRV Wellington alone has fired the majority of their call centre staff under this law. I know they aren't the only employers abusing this law. And if an employer claims to have a good reason for firing an employee, why can't they tell them? I'd love to meet one hard-working person that would be happy to be fired for what seems to be no reason, not having any recourse for an unjustified dismissal. So many people believe that this trial period will not lead to employee abuse. I've already heard of several stories of employers being happy as they can hire people for busy periods and then firing them after the busy period is over. The main question I have come across is who would fire a good employee for no reason? The answer, employers who only need staff over Christmas, employers who are on a power trip as they have the control over the livelihoods of others, and even employers who are prejudiced against the way some people may live their lives. But what about the young or unskilled workers who get jobs in high staff turnover areas? They can be virtually disposable, especially in the current job market where more and more people are losing their jobs and less jobs seem to be becoming available. I have been working for the most part of the past 10 years. My experience with HRV has been the first of its kind, and I'm going to do my utmost to never be fired for no reason again. The everyday New Zealander will only put up with being fired for no reason for so long before the will and enthusiasm to work is lost completely. These proposed changes are making it easier to herd people around like cows, and the government not caring or doing a damn thing to help them. We need to fight back and make a stand now, otherwise this will just be the tip of the iceberg and worse changes will come.